Hello, everybody, and welcome to Identity's Open Office Hours, Thursday, August the 6th. Can't believe we are half of our 2020 is gone. Part of me feels like it took a little, it's been a long half of a year, and the other half just thinks that it's just been flying by. But anyways, once again, I'm very grateful for everybody that's here today, and of course for those of you that are watching the recording later on. As usual, our format, for those of you who do not know this, our format is I talk about a little bit about news and stuff that's going on in the digital marketing world for the first few minutes, and then of course I open up the floor for everybody that's live on this meeting to ask any questions. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna start sharing my screen, and the first thing I want to talk about is Instagram Reels. Will this be the TikTok killer? So Instagram did an announcement, this is from their website, that they're launching a feature that very much resembles what TikTok is about. This article talks about, how it works, how to create them, how to share them, and of course, how to be able to watch them. Very cool thing that you can do right now on your Instagram app. I'm pretty sure it's been released to everybody, but yeah, again, they're trying to compete with TikTok. They're trying to bring that TikTok population demographic onto Instagram. So we'll see what happens, especially with all the quote unquote legal issues and privacy issues that TikTok is having. Second thing I wanted to discuss was LinkedIn lead gen forms. So Social Media Examiner is a great resource for all things social media. And this article specifically is talking about, let me take a step back. So basically, when you run an ad, be it on Facebook or on LinkedIn, usually one of the ways that you run the ad is you make people click on it, and then they end up on a landing page. So they end up on a website where there's a little bit more information, and then they have to fill out the information so that you can get that. Facebook started this on their ad platform where they actually created a form within the Facebook platform so that instead of going to a landing page, you stayed on Facebook. And not only that, but all the information will also be pre-populated on the form, which is great and is very useful in a lot of cases. But anyway, so this article is talking about how to use lead gen forms in LinkedIn. It goes to great specifics talking about LinkedIn ads in general. Just as a word of caution, keep in mind that usually your ad spend is going to be a little bit higher on LinkedIn than it is on Facebook or Instagram. So just keep that in mind. But still, I would give it a test. Go through this article. It goes step by step on what it is that what options you have and what they Social Media Examiner thinks is most effective. Yeah, you can definitely run it, and yeah, this is a great I guess to do on how to achieve this. Third thing I want to talk about today is it seems that Google is adding the call button onto desktop results of Google My Business. So basically in 2017, if you search for something on Google, the Google My Business listing would come up and you were able to click on the call button and actually call that business. Now, Google took that away in 2017, and it looks like they're testing it again, and they're bringing it back. As you can see, if you were to be close to Rusty Brick Inc., and you were to type software company in Nanuet, New York, a little button would show up on the Google My Business. Check it out on your own listings if you have one, and see if it's showing up, because I know they're rolling this out, and as usual, they don't roll it out to everybody. They may just be testing it with a certain amount of Google My Business listings. So definitely something to keep an eye on. And combining sort of the leads and Google, something that Google announced, as you can see, this is actually from Google's blog. You can actually put leads, a lead form rather, on YouTube ads now. So this is an example of a Korean video ad on YouTube, and immediately, if you're interested in the product, in this case in Jeep, you can actually get a form. As an advertiser, you can put a form so that the information is already pre-populated there, and you can submit it. right? So that again takes away that extra step of having to click on it and going to a landing page. I haven't tested this yet. They just came with the announcement, but I'm definitely looking forward to running a few tests with this platform and with this way of acquiring data, or rather of getting data, and see what we get. But yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. And within this same blog, um, Google is actually talking also about the I believe they're actually going to start putting the same lead forms within display ads. So I think that's fantastic. But this particular part of this article talks about how they can make something similar that we were talking about, that within the Google display ads, we're going to be able to call directly. We're going to be able to put the phone number there directly so people can call. So I think that's great. And last but not least, I wanted to talk to you guys about Brave. Brave is a browser. It's a new browser. I heard about 4 months ago, 3 months ago, and I started using it a little more frequently the last couple of days to test it out. And first of all, the first thing is that it's very similar to Chrome in the sense of speed, and actually extensions, you can put Chrome's extensions within Brave. The second thing that I'm finding with this is that actually they block. So you're allowed to block all these cookies and all these trackers that websites have. And for example, here, I'm going to open, I don't know, let me open another page. Here, I'm gonna go to CNN. And you can see how many trackers it's actually blocking, right? And you can actually have some of the details of all the cookies of what is actually being blocked, right? So that's another advantage if you're of course concerned about privacy. But last but not least is that they have their own advertising platform. So as a content creator or advertiser, you can go to Brave and you can advertise on their platform. But as a user, you can actually decide to turn ads on or off. And if you decide to turn them on, meaning that you're saying, you know what, it's okay to show me ads, basically Brave is paying you to browse, right? So for example, I've been using this for the last day and a half, and I've accumulated a total of 20 US cents, which is 0.7 BAT. BAT is the cryptocurrency that Brave uses. So yeah, pretty cool. I think it's very new at this stage. I think there's a lot of potential for this kind of setup where there's a distribution of the ad revenue. At the end of the day, it's us as users that go navigate and either click on ads or don't click on ads. So it's very interesting that they're actually sharing some of that some of that advertising revenue with the users themselves. Now, there will be a point of inflection where you have more advertisers, more users, in realizing that they can actually make some money. And I think at that point is when we're going to start seeing maybe a tiny little bit of market share grow in terms of Brave. But yeah, definitely something to check out, see if it resonates with you, with how you browse and how you navigate the internet. And those are all the updates I have for this week. And as usual, I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you for those of you that are watching. And we're going to move on to our open questions for those of you who are present on the office hours. So I'm going to stop the recording right now. And yeah, hope everybody has an awesome week. See you next week.